All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is David Francis, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to the Regeneca International webinar and conference call. I'm very excited to be the one to share with you the Regeneca opportunity, and excited because Regeneca, first of all, stands for Whole Earth, Whole Body Approach to Health, and we're changing lives all throughout the United States and soon to be changing lives in Canada, Mexico, and Asia, and all throughout the world. So we're very excited about what's happening here with Regeneca. As I look at the screen here, I can see that there are many people coming in from all around the country and on the webinar as well as on the telephone, because people are out there promoting and talking about Regeneca, talking about all the exciting things that are happening here with the company. And it's really a great pleasure to be involved with the company and be able to share the excitement with everybody. So if you're joining us for the very first time here today, I would encourage you to take lots of notes, pay close attention, because I believe over the next few minutes we're going to be sharing with you an opportunity that can dramatically make a huge difference in your life and as well the life of many people that you know. First of all, as I mentioned, my name is David Francis. I've been involved in the direct sales home-based business industry for many, many years, over 30 years now. And the reason I tell you that is to let you know that I know what a good company looks like. I've seen them all, and what we're doing with Regeneca International is outstanding because for the first time we've got all the pieces of the puzzle in place. And I know that when I first got involved in the industry back 30 years ago, I got involved because, first of all, my mother said, David, if you want to become successful, make sure you get a good job, get a good education, and save your money. And I went out there working on getting that good education, and then something happened that had a major effect on me, and that was my mother came home one day and she was fired from her job, and just the pain that I saw in her as she was walking up the stoop there, I realized, security was not going to be in a job. And I got involved in home-based business at that time, and it took me a while to figure it out. However, once I did, I realized that this was definitely the industry that everybody needs to be involved with, because it was not the 40-40-40 plan where you work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to be able to retire on 40% of what you couldn't live on in the first place. It was truly an opportunity to earn large lump sums of cash up front and then be able to build a business that you can earn some passive income from, and then eventually retire and enjoy the lifestyle of the the wealth that you created from that business. And that's what we've seen over the last 30 or so years. Many people that get involved in our industry have that opportunity. Now, when you look at where we are today from a timing standpoint, job security is first of all dead. There is no job security anymore. If you look at the magazines here, 50 and fired, where did my career go? The Great American Job, kissing off corporate America. More and more people are recognizing today that job security is dead. It's just not there, and especially with the economy the way that it's been, all the outsourcing and downsizing that's gone on, it's created an opportunity for companies like ours where we're providing an opportunity for people to be able to start their own business. And it's been better, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I don't wish a bad economy on anybody, but when the economy is bad, our industry is very, very good. And especially with Regeneca, where we've got the perfect opportunity, we've got a lot of people that are getting attracted to what we're doing. So if you're in one of these situations here, just rest assured that you found the right company at the right time in place in history, and that is Regeneca International. Now, Regeneca International was founded in 2009, so we are a 2-year-old company, so it's not brand new. We do have a track record. We're publicly traded, I want you to know, which is important to many, many people. That lets you know that we cross our T's and dot our I's. And if you want to check out our stock, you can go to etev.pk. Again, that's etev.pk, and you can see what's happening there with the stock, and we're very excited about that. We do use the Go Green methodology, which is important to many people, including our company, because we want to make sure that we are doing whatever we can to preserve and protect the earth. We do have complete health and wellness product lines, as you'll hear about on this call. And many of the products, by the way, have gone through 10 years of product research and development. So even though our products are relatively new, they've gone through a lot of research, a lot of development, which is important so that you know that they're truly tested and they work. And we've got the exclusive on many of our products as well. So I'll share with you about that in just a second. Also, we've got international expansion planned. Our company, as I mentioned, we're in the United States right now. However, we are expanding to Canada, Mexico, Asia. Europe is on the block as far as some of the countries we will be going to. And that lets you know if you've got people that you know internationally, just rest assured that we will be expanding to those countries, and you could be the one to take this opportunity to those countries. And we also use a direct response marketing strategy. Now, this is huge because many, many companies out there that are in the network marketing space, they expect you to only go and talk to your friends and family. Well, what we've decided here with Regeneca is to take advantage of direct response marketing, which is a huge industry in and of itself. And we're going to be doing television ads, commercials, infomercials, magazines, radio shows, billboards, everything that we can do to create that new customer for you, and you will have the opportunity to acquire that customer, and that customer will, of course, help you build your business. So it's great to be able to marry the direct response with the network marketing and combine the two, and it's very, very powerful. Just imagine once we've got billions of impressions out there and people have heard our brand, it makes it a lot easier for you to build a business as well. Now, as far as the team, money does follow management. You want to look at the management team behind the company, and I want you to know that we've got a strong team behind us, starting with Matt Nicosia, who is our CEO and co-founder of the company. Now, Matt Nicosia, a great individual. He's taken several companies public already. He's also a media giant. He's really good at direct response marketing. He's been responsible for some major campaigns, including the Better Than Botox campaign that you might have seen around your hometown, big billboards. Adam Vincent Gilmer, our president and co-founder, has also got a tremendous background in business. He's taken many companies to some great heights, over $100 million in sales with some of his strategies and his techniques. We've got Sherry Sherman, the VP of Marketing. Sherry I've known for over 23 years now. She is a veteran in this industry, and she's a strong 6- and 7-figure earner in this industry. To have her on the inside of the company as a VP of Marketing is just huge because she knows exactly what we need from the standpoint of a distributor. We've got Dan Kirker, our Chief Financial Officer. Dan has worked with some major companies as well, including Anheuser-Busch. He worked there and really covered a territory of over $250 million in sales. And so when he found out what we were doing here with Regeneca, he wanted to be involved. We've got Francis Chen, who is our chairman of the board. Francis is a venture capitalist as well as a scientist. A great combination. And again, same thing. When he saw what we were doing, he wanted to get involved and help us raise funds, which he's done. So we're very, very healthy in our financial sense here, which is very good to know when you get involved with a company, to know that they've got good finance behind them. And then we've got Jan Hall. Jan is also a giant. She is our board member, but she's also the head of marketing. And Jan has worked with some notable companies. She's was the VP of, actually the president of Neutrogena, and that is a Johnson & Johnson company. And she also worked at the head of marketing for Coca-Cola with the Dasani division, where she took Dasani Water worldwide. So we've got a strong management team behind us, which is important, obviously, because that's the vision. Those are the ones that make the decision to make sure that they guide this ship and make sure that we go in the right direction. As far as our products are very important to know that we've got good quality products behind us. Again, our products are phenomenal, starting off with Regena Life, which is our bioactive beverage. We've also got Regena Derm, which is a breathable hyperallergenic skincare line. We've got Regena Slim, which is an appetite suppressant and weight loss product. And then Regena Rouse, which is our natural women's arousal gel. Now, this one we're all very excited about because it is coming very, very soon. Regena Rouse is for the ladies because we do have a male product that you're going to hear about here tonight. And many of you are on this call, on this webinar, because of the product that we just introduced called RegeneRECT that I'm going to talk about in just a second here. However, for the ladies, just know that we do have a product that's coming very, very soon for you. Now, as far as the market opportunity, I think it's important to look at that because anytime you go into marketing any product, the real question is, are there people buying that product already? Will people buy it if I make it available? And I'm going to tell you, we've got a huge market potential here because when you look at the products that are on the screen, Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, these are all major, major brands. Now, they became major brands because of the advertising, the branding, and the commercialization of them, and they've created a $20 billion industry. However, here's the thing. These products, they sell for between $25 and $28 per capsule, and to get them, you have to go to the doctor. So you have to have a doctor's visit. You have to fill out an embarrassing questionnaire. You have to then, at that point, get the prescription, be willing to put drugs into your system and not know whether the drugs are going to interact with any other drugs you might be taking. And you've got to pay, $25 per capsule. Well, here's the thing. These products have created a $20 billion industry. Why? Because there's a need in the marketplace. not just for people that use them recreationally, and there's a lot of people that do that. However, there's an aging population out there of baby boomers that were born between 1946 and 1964, and all of these people, as you age, your body doesn't perform the same way. And especially, when you approach 50 and above, your body really doesn't perform as it did when you were 20 years of age. So that has created, I believe, the market for this, because the baby boomers, largest segment of our population, the tail end of them is approaching 50, the front end of them is at 70, so we've got a problem there. And that's the age when these products really come into need. I mean, people need these products at that point. It's not just a want, but it's a need. And then, of course, you've got people that use them recreationally. Well, here's a question. What if you could have a product that was non-prescriptive? You didn't pay $25 a capsule, but it was far cheaper than that. You didn't have to go to the doctor, so you didn't have to have a doctor's visit, did not have to fill out a questionnaire, and it wasn't a drug, so it wasn't going to interact with anything else that you're taking. What if there was a product like that was all natural and cheaper and worked, and in fact, perhaps even worked better than these products? Would you take it? And that's what's happened. We think yes. And so the company's created a product called RegeneRECT, and this product, by the way, has gone through extensive research and development, over 5 years of research before we've gotten the perfect formula for this. We've got the worldwide exclusive on this product, so nobody else can have it. And we believe that our product is better than Viagra. In fact, that we've got a marketing program where we'll let you try the product to see if it's better than Viagra. And so it's a male herbal erectile stimulant. You simply take one capsule with 8 ounces of water 90 minutes before any kind of sexual activity, and you're good to go. And the product will last for up to 72 hours. So, excuse me, it's great because the product works. I know that when I first tried the product, I had a friend of mine come over, and he said, I've got this product. I'm working with this company. I'd love to have you try the product. Let me know what you think. And so I tried the product, and all I can say is wow. And not only did I say wow, good thing my wife said wow as well. I looked at it and I said, man, this product is absolutely phenomenal. I feel like it's back, back when we were in our 20s. We've been together 26 years now. So I said, this is like when we were in our 20s. And she looked at me and she says, we weren't even like this in our 20s. I mean, that's how great the product is. And it's not just for people that are a little bit older that, again, would need to go to a doctor to get a prescription. This is for everybody. And I don't know about you. I remember when I was a kid, a young kid, I mean, that was one of the things that the guys talked about is the products that we can get down in Chinatown that would do the same or similar things. So this has been on the mind of men for a long, long time. And we've got the solution here, and it is RegeneRECT. Now, RegeneRECT is an all-natural product, as mentioned before. It's non-prescriptive, it's effective, it's safe, and it's a natural alternative that we believe works even better than Viagra. And the way that we market it to prove that is that we've got a sample program that when you get involved, you'll have the opportunity to send out free samples from your website. And you simply send someone to your website, and they simply pay shipping and handling, and they can try it for free. And I got to tell you, people like free. And when they try the product for free, what's great about that is that we know that at least 7 out of 10 people that try it will want to buy it immediately because the product works that well. And the rest of them that don't buy it, that's probably because they didn't try it, because the product really, really works. So when you put the product out there, it works. You simply tell people to check out your website. They go to your website. They get a free sample. They try the product. Then that converts to a preferred customer, and then you've got now a customer that you can invite to become an independent business owner with you, because there's no better business owner than someone that's tried the product and has the belief that the product works. And so it's very, very, very exciting to have a company that's willing to do that, and the company that's willing to put out 1 million samples in the field. So 1 million of these samples are going out on our behalf to help us build our business. Let's look at timing, because obviously timing is very, very important. You want to be in the right place at the right time. I believe that we've got the right timing here. Paul Zane Pilzer, the economist and author, said that over the next 10 years, the U.S. economy will create 10 million millionaires. And he says that 2 of the strongest emerging industries where this growth will occur are health and wellness and network marketing. And we're right in those industries. So how do you get started? To get started, you can choose to become an online associate, which is free. And that means that everybody, by the way, can get started here for free. You simply decide. And you go and you get on the website, and you're going to sign up. And then once you've enrolled, you'll get your own website that you can retail product from. You can wholesale product from the website. You can earn money, and you get that money paid directly onto your e-wallet and debit card. So that's one way to get started. However, what you can't do when you get started is you can't build a business of independent business owners. You can't build a sales organization. You cannot leverage off of the efforts of other people as you train them. And so as an independent business owner with our company, you simply pay $39.99. It gets you a starter kit. Also get all of your accounting taken care of. You've got full retail and wholesale from your website. You are able to build sales teams of online associates where you'll get an override, by the way, on any online associates that you have, as well as independent business owners. There's 7 ways of compensation that you're going to be able to earn income from. You've got an e-wallet. You've got the debit card. You've got all the tax benefits, the residual income, the retirement income. And here's the key. You've got now unlimited income potential to go out there and earn whatever it is that you'd like. And I've got to tell you, it's very, very powerful when you think about with this company that you can go out there and build a business that will pay you. If you want to earn $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month, you can do that with this business and this compensation plan. And all of your earnings are going to be paid directly onto your own individual e-wallet account, and you can pull those funds off with your own international ATM card. It's a MasterCard that you can use to pull off funds. The company calculates the commissions daily and pay you weekly and monthly. And then you simply go to the ATM machine and pull off those funds if you want, or use that card to go out there and go shopping. So it's really great to know that the company really makes it easy for you to get your money. Next, we've got the 7 ways of earning income. We've got the retail profits. We've got fast start bonuses. We've got star maker bonus. We've got the star producer pool. We've got royalty commissions. We've got check match. And we've got the lifestyle bonus. Again, all of the commissions are calculated daily, paid weekly, and monthly to you. Now, as far as the retail order, let's look at that. As far as retailing, everybody that gets started with the company buys their first order at retail. So even if you decide that you want to focus on building that business, building the team, you're going to be making retail sales because everyone that starts off retail. And to get started retail, you've got 2 options. You've got option 1 and you've got option 2. Option 1 is where you get a starter kit, 10 capsules, runs you about $200. And for $200, you're 100% fully qualified for all bonuses and all commissions. Option number 2 is 5 capsules along with your starter kit, runs you $125. However, with option 2, you're only 50% qualified for bonuses and commissions. And so the key here is you want to probably get fully qualified and get up to the 100%. However, you've got a couple of options here, either be 50% qualified or 100% qualified. Basically, you're going to do the same work, however, with obviously option number 1, you're going to earn twice as much. Now, once you've earned or purchased your first order at retail, you can now buy the products at wholesale. Now, the wholesale price on our products range, and it's based on the quantity that you purchase. The more you buy, obviously, at once, the less per capsule you'll pay. You can get started with what we call the part-time package, and that's where you're picking up to 25 capsules at a time. And when you pick up 25 capsules at a time, you're going to be picking up our product, RegenERECT, for $10 a capsule. At $10 a capsule, you go out there and sell 25 capsules. That's $425. And so you can make $175 in profit with only 25 capsules. Now, let's just think about that. 25 capsules, if you sold 25 capsules a week, that would be $175 a week or $700 per month with only 100 capsules per month. And so that's a great way to make some additional income just by selling some capsules. Now, the next thing you might want to consider is going to what we call our full-time package. Now, our full-time package is where you're picking up 50 to 500 capsules. And the pricing is as follows. On 50 to 100 capsules, you're at $8 a capsule. So for 100 capsules, it's going to run you $800. You sell them at full retail, that's going to bring in $1,700, and that gives you a $900 profit. You pick up 500 capsules at a time, that'll be down to $6 a capsule. And so you're looking at a $3,000 initial commitment. However, when you sell those, you're picking up $8,500 or $5,500 in profit. And so the full-time package, again, is great if you're going to be moving more product. If you can move these products and get more sales, you want to look at the full-time package. Now, some of you are saying, you know what, David, I get this. Okay, I totally understand how this works. I want to go out there and I really want to go big time with this, and I've got to get more product, and you want what we call the big time package. Now, the big time package is where you're picking up 1,000 capsules at a time, and with 1,000 capsules at a time, you get the best possible pricing at $5 a capsule. And at $5 a capsule, you're looking at then $5,000 initial commitment. However, when you sell those 1,000 capsules, you're pulling in now $17,000 at full retail. that's $12,000 in profit. Now, if it took you an entire year to do that, that's $1,000 a month or $12,000 over the year. However, if it took you a month, that'd be $12,000 a month, or if it took you a week, that'd be $12,000 a week. And I've got to tell you, it's all on how you think. If you think big time, you can go big time. And the reason I say that is because we've got people right now that are picking up this package because they've got the outlet for it. They've got people that are able to sell and buy this product, and they're buying it and selling it in droves. I've got one guy as an example who does a radio show, talk show. Well, he gets on the talk show and he talks about RegeneRECT, and guess what? The phones start to ring, and they sell thousands of dollars worth of product with one mention of the product on the show. So, again, think about all the different ways in which you can market this. It really is endless as far as the possibilities here, because there are avenues where people are already talking to these types of people that use our product, people that can need our product. Think about a doctor. A doctor is seeing hundreds of patients per week in some cases if they're a chiropractor especially. If you had a chiropractor in there that you had an arrangement with and you said, you know what, I've got this product I want to retail and I want to put this display there or something like that, you'd have people buying it from the chiropractor's office and you give him a cut. So there's some different ways in which you can do this. The bottom line is there's different wholesale pricing that you get. The more you buy, the less you pay per capsule, the more you make in profit. Next, we've got what we call fast start bonuses. And with the fast start bonuses, this is great. This is for you building your team now, because retailing is one thing. However, that's where you get paid mostly on your efforts only. However, when you start to build an organization, you get paid on the efforts of many people. And I know that J. Paul Getty once said, it's better to get 100% or 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own. That's how it goes. 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own, and that makes sense. And so when you build an organization here, you're going to be able to leverage and get the benefit of working with a team and earning income on an entire organization. And the company will pay you as you build your organization. First of all, with fast start bonuses, you'll get 25% of the initial order. Whether that order is $50 or $5,000 or $50,000, you'll get 25% of that initial order, and any ordering that's done by your brand new personally sponsored independent business owners for the first 30 days. And so you've got 30 days now where anything that they order, you're going to get 25% on. So that's great for the fast start bonus. Then we've got what we call the Star Maker bonus. And you want to become a star, and then you want to create stars. To become a star, simply personally sponsor someone on the left and somebody on the right, and then you're fully qualified IBO at that point, and then you teach your people to do the exact same thing. And your organization will grow, and you'll be able to participate in the star producer pool as you become what we call one star. And how this works is real simple and powerful. The company takes 6% of the global commissionable volume, 6% of the global commissionable volume, and they put it into 3 separate pools, 2% in the part-time pool, 2% in the full-time pool, and 2% in the big-time pool. Now, to get into the part-time pool, you simply need to become one star. How do you become one star? You simply sponsor 2 people who have sponsored 2 people, and you're one star. So very, very easily, you could be in that part-time pool, picking up your share of that 2% that's in that pool. As you progress through the part-time pool to go 2-star, which is where you sponsored 4 on the left, 4 on the right, or you sponsored 4 people who sponsored 2 each, I should say, and then 3-star where you've sponsored 8 people who sponsored 2 each, and then 4-star where you've sponsored 16 who sponsored 2 each, and that'd be 8 on the left, 8 on the right in your organization. I'll show you how that works. You're going to progress now to what's called the full-time pool. Now, you can jump directly into the full-time pool because that's based on income. We've got 4 different levels there. You can become bronze, and that's where you're earning $250 per month in income. When you get to $1,000 a month, you're at silver, $2,500 a month, you're at gold, and $5,000 a month, you're at platinum. And you're going to share in 2% of the full-time pool if you're at one of those levels. Then to go big time, that's where you're earning $10,000 a month. You're at $10,000 a month, you're at diamond, $25,000 a month, you're at black diamond, $25,000 a month, you're at blue diamond, $50,000 a month, you're at black diamond, and then at $100,000 a month, you're at crown diamond. So if you're earning between $10,000 and $100,000 a month, you're picking up 2% or a share of 2% that's going to be in that pool. So obviously there's going to be less people at the big-time pool than there would be at the part-time pool, so you want to progress and get up to the big-time pool as quickly as you can. So that's the star producer pool. Next, we've got the royalty commissions. Now, this is very, very big, and this is as you're building your business. It's based on team efforts and group volume. And the way it works is that we've got what we call a binary compensation plan. Binary simply means two. You've got one on the left, one on the right, and you're going to start building two teams. And as your teams start to grow, as you're building your stars, and you're putting 8 on the left, 8 on the right, and everyone's putting 8 on the left, 8 on the right, and you're creating volume, the company now will pay you 10% of the volume on your weaker side. So you've got two sides. One's going to be obviously stronger than the other. They're not going to be equal, and even if they were equal, they pay you 10% of the volume that's on the equal or lesser side. So if you've got $10,000 in volume for the week, you're going to pick up $1,000. $50,000 in volume, you're picking up $5,000, and $250,000 in volume, and you're picking up $25,000 for the week. And what's great about what the company does is that once you hit that level of $250 in volume or $25,000 in the week, it caps out. You can't earn any more than that per independent business owner. However, what the company will do at that time is they'll give you an additional position back into the compensation plan so that you can start earning an additional $25,000 again per week. As a matter of fact, they're going to give you up to 8 positions back into the plan, so you can conceivably be up to $200,000 a week in volume as this grows. And just think about that. Once you've got one leg done, and this is actually, as I think about this, very strong because you got one leg already done for you, and to get that other $25,000 a week, you just simply have to build one leg. And that could be a country. As we start to expand at that point, you go into another country, get that country going, that could be $250,000 in volume per week in no time. In fact, we had one gentleman that placed an order for 50,000 capsules, one guy. That was $250,000 in volume. So there's a lot of excitement with our royalty commissions. Then we've got what we call check match. And the way that check match works is that you will get a match of the personally sponsored and below leaders in your organization. We've got 1 star where you're going to earn a 1-level match, 2-star, a 2-level match. And then when you get to 3-star, you're going to earn a 4-level match. You'll earn 25% in the first 30 days on your personally sponsored, and then that drops down to 10%, and then 5% for the rest of the 4 generations. And then when you become 4-star, you'll receive 50% match on your personally sponsored, and after the first 30 days, it drops down to 10%, and that's going to be all the way down, 10% on the first generation, then 5% all the way down through 8 generations of check match of leaders. So that's really strong. I mean, that's great because as you're building your team, as you're working with people, you've got an incentive now to really work with them and help them become successful because you're going to match and get a portion of every single dime that they earn. You're going to get a portion of that and a check for you as far as the check match. And then last but certainly not least, we've got lifestyle bonus. And lifestyle bonus is, I think, great because we're all doing this for the lifestyle anyways. And once you get up to gold position in our company, gold rank, the company will start giving you money that you can put towards a car. You know, you've got between $250 and $2,500 could go towards a car, could go towards a home, could go towards travel, can go towards education. You can do with it whatever you want. It's your money to enjoy your lifestyle. If you want to pay bills with it, you can do that. If you want to have a maid come in every single day, you can do that. It's whatever you want you can do with that money that they give you on a monthly basis. So those are the 7 ways of earning income. As you can see, the company is very, very lucrative, obviously, for those that get involved. Our products are priced to sell, however, more importantly, they're priced for profit, and you can make a lot of money, obviously, with our product and the demand for our product out there. So the next question is, how do I get started? What do I do? Well, getting started is very simple. You can start part-time or full-time or for free even. I mean, just get started because in the world of business, there's no bigger word than the word now. The key is just to get started. And then step number 2 is, who do you know? Who are your contacts? You want to invite your contacts to our presentation. We've got key people that come on. Myself and other key people will come on and do these presentations for you. And when we do the presentation, people listen to the facts. And if they listen to the facts, they get involved. So you want to bring your people to our presentation. We'll do it for you. You're going to hear from the president in just a moment here. And having, the president be able to relay to everybody, how this program works is just astounding. It's like having the opportunity to call the president and have him do 3-way calls for you. He's on this call pretty well every night doing an announcement to the field, sharing with everybody his thoughts on what's happening with Regeneca. Next, we've got the next step, number 3, where to get started. Once you've purchased your first order at retail, next step is how many wholesale capsules do I want to move? What kind of package do I want there? We've got 3 packages, the A package, which is part-time package. $10 a capsule. B is our full-time package, and that's at 100 up to 500 capsules. And then C is where you see it big time here, and you pick up 1,000 capsules. And 1,000 capsules, you're getting it at $5 per capsule. So very, very strong here with this. And it's just a matter of deciding where to get started and making that decision and locking your position in. So you want to, by the way, lock in your position by simply making that first order at retail. And before you do this, you want to do that so you can start accumulating any volume that might be created underneath you in the binary tree. So you want to do that right away. And then the next step is simply plug into the training. You want to plug into the training that we do. Pay attention. We do training every single day on these webinars. We got live seminars. We got live conference calls. We got weekly training calls. Just plug into the system. Pay attention and plug into the system and get trained from the industry leaders. As it says here, James Allen, he who teaches himself as a fool for a master. So allow the leaders to teach your people for you, and we'll help you build your business.